Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Toyota Highlander Platinum in the color Celestial Silver. Let's take a look. Starting up front here, underneath the hood, we have the 3.5-liter V6 engine, automatic transmission, gets up to 295 horsepower, 263 pound-foot of torque, towing capacity up to 5,000 pounds. Up front, you've got LED headlights, customer daytime running lights, fog lights down below. Across the front bumper, you have these little round nodules. These guys are your front parking sensors. Then underneath of the front logo is your front-facing camera. As you get along to the side here, we have 20-inch alloy wheels. Side mirrors have integrated turn signals, blind spot monitoring, and then additional cameras underneath to contribute to the surround view camera, which also includes having puddle lamps down there to aid that. On both of your front handles, you have these two double lines. Talk about those guys more on the driver's side. Moving back, all your rear windows come with factory tinting, and up top we have silver roof rails. Approaching the back, just like in the front, you've got backup parking sensors going the whole way across. Left-hand side, you have your Highlander badge. Right-hand side, you have your Platinum all-wheel drive trim level badge. And then underneath the rear logo is the backup camera. To open up your cargo space, reach next to the cameras and press the button, and it should automatically raise up for you. Inside, of course, we have both a second and third row seating. Second row seating is the independent captain's chair, meaning that there is no middle seat right here. Talk about those guys more when we get up there. For the third row, you have a 60-40 split, so you can see there is a smaller side on the left and a larger one on the right. It allows each side to be able to move independently. To lay it down flat, you can just flip up this little handle here, and it will fold the headrest down and also allow the seat to go down, such as we have it on this side. To bring it back up, we do have these little straps here. You can just grab onto this guy and pull the seat all the way back up. For your third row occupants, they have plenty of their own storage and cup holder spaces. And then in the back here, this is where you have your dedicated cargo space. Of course, if you lay your seats down flat to extend the cargo forward, you double this space and make it even bigger. And you can put it in whatever way suits you and your passengers and cargo needs the best. On the left-hand side, you'll also find one of the JBL speakers. You have the JBL speaker sound system all throughout this unit. If you're looking for your tire kit, look down at the ground, you'll find this little tab. Lift this guy upwards, and then everything you need will be stored right underneath. And through this little porthole is where you're able to access your spare. If you can see the orange labeling back there, that's where you'll find your instructions on how to do that. Across the back, we do have this long black piece here. That guy is your interior cargo cover. So when you have your third row all laid down, you can place that guy into these little portholes on either side, stretches the whole way across the back here, extends outwards, and locks into place on the little hooks on either side, helping to keep private anything that you keep stored in your rear space so that nobody can look in through your windows and see what you have stored. Now, to close up your space back here, you can reach up to the handle on the right-hand side or just press the electronic button. Next, let's take a look at the insides. So inside, your interior upholstery is this beautiful creamy tan-colored Leatherex Softex. Has this beautiful, almost quilted-like texture pattern on it. On the side of the seat is where you'll find your adjustments. This way you're able to move your seat around back, forth, lay it down, so on and so forth, without having to access it from the back. And it also gives ease for your passengers. If people don't want to have to walk up and through the middle space, they can just move the seat itself in order to gain access to the third row. As we said, of course, in the middle here, there is no middle seat. Instead, you have dedicated cup holder and storage space. Though you do still have the folding down armrests, you can choose to fold them away if you don't want to be using those. And then the door itself acts as another armrest as well. Looking up overhead, everybody inside gets to enjoy the panoramic moonroof. Then on the back of your front passenger and front driver seats, there is pouch storage. Back of your console space, you have your heated seat controls. There's 3 levels for either side of your second row occupants. And then, of course, the rest of this is all the third zone air conditioning control panel. This allows them to control the fan speed, the mode, as well as the temperatures from back here, or it can be manipulated from up front. We'll talk about that when we get up there. Down below is where you have all of your charger spaces, and we currently have the Highlander rubber mats installed in this unit. In your door, we have this dual tone of the darker brown against this light, beautiful tan colored. And we're getting our first look at this wood grain trim. You'll find bits of this all throughout your front cab space. Of course, storage spaces, power window. And then you also have your built-in sunshade. So this guy extends upwards, locks into place up top, helps to keep the sun out of people's eyes without impeding on their view. And of course, he comes undone, goes all the way back down, and goes completely flush into your door frame. Now backing into these two double lines, these guys indicate keyless entry. So if you have the key fob on your person, you can tap your hand here to lock and unlock the unit. Inside, next to your handle, is your memory seat settings. Down below, you have your power windows for front and back, window lock, power lock system, side mirror controls. You also see this blue haze. This is the interior ambient lighting. Really nice, gives it a little bit of mood and a little bit of extra light and guidance in the darkness. Of course, stands out better at night, but you can still see it in the day. Storage down below, JBL speaker. Inside, we have the Highlander entrance frame there, and then you have your power adjustable front seating. Back, front, up, down, and your lumbar support. You've got your hood release latch and your gas release on the bottom left-hand corner. Then you have this little storage cubby. On top, you have controls for the power trunk release, heated leather steering wheel, the defrost for your rear windshield wiper blades, automatic headlamps, and your surround view cameras. Give that guy a press, and you'll find that your infotainment turns to this full surround view look. You can also change the perspective from which you're looking if you want to get higher or lower. And if you want to take a closer look, you can pause it at any point in time. There's also further customizations for it up in the top corner. To get rid of that screen, just go back, press your surround views once more, and it'll go back to the normal infotainment screen. Up top, odometer trip and dash brightness. As we said, we've got the leather steering wheel, black leather, black stitching. Left-hand side, controls here for your dash display. Then you have your hands-free communication and volume control. Right-hand side, radio controls in the bottom, adaptive cruise control up top. This includes a sonar and lane departure. On top of your dash, you'll find this little cutout here. And if you look upwards, right along here, you can find some metrics being displayed. We've got the compass as well as your speedometer there. And this is your heads-up display. So this is reflected upwards out of this space onto your windshield, so only the person in the driver's seat can see it. If you go too far to either side, you will lose the visual of it. So really cool built in. That way you're able to keep an eye on some of your pertinent, your really important metrics up top here without taking your eyes off the road to do so. Then over in the middle here is, of course, our infotainment display screen. This is where you go to access much of the information about your daily driving experience. Currently, the main part of this, you have two sides. Obviously, you have your climate display on one side. You can also change which side this is on at any point. And then in the middle, or on the other side, is where you have your currently displaying the home screen. It is customizable to your liking. In the menu space, destination, audio, phone, app, projection, info, display, and then your setup. Down below, setup, this is all your specifics. So everything from personal profile, Bluetooth, audio, phone, nav, on-suite app, clock, language, theme, color settings, etc. Audio listening, AM, FM, satellite radio. Full Bluetooth connectivity includes Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and you've got optional USB adapters all throughout this unit. And then on the far end, you've got your built-in navigation that comes with this unit, and much of this is accessible through that main home screen, though you can change it up if you would prefer a different order or some other things being displayed. Aside from that, as we saw, we've got your climate display. You can change which side it's on. You also have some of your other things available to the left hand, but for the climate itself, you can either control it through this panel or from down below. So up top here, first off, we'll take a look at that guy. You've got access to a couple things you won't find down below, such as your AC settings, your Eco Heat Cool, as well as the Vehicle Fresh for your air controls. Then you also have the displays for your heated and cooled seats. Then through here you can access audio listening, you can get your history for your vehicle metrics, and then some of your other information as well. And then in the rear you can also control this here too. So you can bring it up and then you can control that panel from here if you wish to. You can also choose through this sync to have everything synced up, to have nothing synced up, to have just the front, let the back be separate. Lots of different options available. That way everybody in the vehicle can be comfortable at all times. Like we said, most of this is accessible through this main panel down below. So first off, you got the cooled seats, 3 variant levels. You got the green for the cool and the orange for the heat. Then you have your defrost for front and rear windshield, as well as your side mirrors. Volume control on the left, tune scroll on the bottom right. You've got your push start ignition down beside the steering column. Storage compartment goes the whole way across the front here. We've got this one little divider. That way, if you put something in one corner and then hit a curb, or you take a harsh turn, it's not going to go sliding all the way down out of your reach. It is this little divide, but still gives you plenty of space. On the left hand, you'll even find this little divider space here. This guy allows you to feed your cords down into here so you can access all of your charger options down below. Then you can put your phone up here. It has this built-in lip design, so your phone's not going to go flying out of it when you're in motion. And of course, because of this, you can fold your cords up in through there too. Cubby space underneath that. Then we continue with more of this beautiful wood grain trim. You've got your cup holders, gear shift, driving mode, so sport, normal, and eco, mud and sand to rock and dirt, parking brake. Then you have your traction control, snow, downhill assist, and automatic start-stop. Looking backwards, all the way here is where you've got your console space. So this guy slides open. Up top, you have a wireless charging pad, compatible with all wireless charging devices. You can turn it on or off at will. Just like up front, it has a built-in tray, so your phone's not going to go flying out of there when you're in motion. And you can also just fold this guy upwards to access more storage. Down below, you have an independently moving tray, and then it goes even deeper inside there for more storage. You've got a 12-volt adapter deep down inside there. And then looking upwards, overhead on your rearview mirror. 1, 2, and 3 dots, those guys are garage door openers. Of course, right now this is your normal reflective rear view mirror, but if you flip the switch, it will instead turn to a camera view behind yourself. This takes advantage of some of the camera setup that we have at the back of the vehicle. Really useful inside of the cab space here in case you have anyone or anything that is maybe blocking your view, being distracting, keeping it hard to keep an eye on your traffic behind yourself. You can just flip the switch and look through the camera view instead and circumnavigate that. Don't worry though, if you use that camera to keep an eye on your rear passengers, you can still use the one we've got tucked up inside of here instead. Keep an eye on everything going on inside your vehicle. You can eye on the inside and eye on the outside, and then of course cup holder space, or rather sunglasses space there up top. Then overhead SOS button, overhead lighting controls as well there for your beautiful panoramic moonroof. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Toyota Highlander Platinum in the color Celestial Silver. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Automall Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703. And remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.